This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Welcome, cinephiles and cenobites. This is Cinebite25 of Season 3. I'm your host, Annika Pussyfoot. On this Cinebite, Mox and Ono review and break down Us, the latest film from director and writer Jordan Peele. This film is another thriller horror, exciting and dark, and executed most awesomely by a great cast. Listen to what Mox and Ono have to say about the film on their review of Us.
Alright, welcome to another episode of the Cinephiles and Cenobites podcast. I'm your host, Onofre, and with me, the other half of the show, Mox.
Yo.
So today, we're going to be reviewing the latest Jordan Peele flick.
Joint.
Another Jordan Peele joint. Us. So a quick summary, according to IMDb, a family's serenity turns to chaos when a group of doppelgangers begins to terrorize them. And just a quick note, we're going to be spoiling this film.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to get into Us. All right, initial thoughts, Mox.
You know, me personally, it wasn't what I expected. It's less of a horror and more of kind of a creepy, interesting story with social commentary. I enjoyed it. I got a homie who's a big horror head, and he just fucking hated it. He even says it's the worst film he's ever seen. I wonder if a lot of that is because of expectation and because this movie is not scary. But for me, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, and it gets into like the main story pretty quickly. Like I think maybe 10, 15 minutes into it, that's when we see that family outside her. So I'm really happy.
2-hour movie. That. Yeah, the catalyst comes pretty soon. Pretty quickly.
Yeah, so we have a lot of storytelling after that. And I guess with the success of Get Out, yeah, I believe people go in expecting another horror film. Although I've read that your perception of Get Out is based on what race you are. Because depending on what race you are, you'll either see it as a thriller or a horror. And I think with proper storytelling, it should just be one. Like, I guess you can, distinguish on your own terms, but
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I do think, as people, we view everything through a personal lens, and a lot of our, shit or social shit or economic shit or whatever the fuck shit plays into how we perceive and receive narrative, especially one that is so clearly about race.
Yeah. And whereas Get Out is more racial commentary, Us is more...
It feels more like social
class commentary. Class. Because
and
turns out...
responsibility.
And this is the spoiler part. The protagonist is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Is the villain in this story.
Morally speaking. And I think narratively too, the way the theme and the moral of the story definitely portrays her, even though she is the protagonist, as a villain. Yeah,
and
she's all about that self.
Yes, so we'll get to that in a bit. But right in the beginning, or Jordan Peele kind of nods or kind of gives props or shout out to Chud, right?
Oh, yeah. In the opening shot. I think it's the opening shot.
Yeah.
We're watching TV, and we're slowly zooming into this TV that's talking about, it's running an ad from 1986 on Hands Across America. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember that campaign. mean, I sort of do, but not really. It doesn't matter. Anyway, on a shelf directly next to this TV, which, by the way, is so old and bulky, is a shelf. On it are VHS tapes, and the most prominent on that shelf is a film called CHUD, which is an acronym for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
Mm. This campaign is heavily influenced in the movie, or it's the main part of the movie. You'll find out at the end.
Yeah, it's not random. I mean, what she watching ain't random. I mean, you know, she ain't like in the break of Cartoon Saturday or something, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason they do that, because that is a setup for the payoff.
Do you think so? I had to look up Hands Across America because I
did too. I googled it for further context. Yeah.
So like there's actually a chain, a human chain, along a path across the
North
U.S.
America.
Right.
Yeah.
6.5 million people held hands.
Fucking weird.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, what was the cause though? Right, to support or fight against homelessness and hunger, that kind of shit. Right. There was a point to it. It wasn't just everybody, people around the world. Yeah. Join hands.
I believe participants donated money to reserve a space in the line, and then the money went to local charities to fight hunger and homelessness, and to help people in poverty.
Apparently, it didn't work out because it didn't become a yearly thing.
I mean, that's a big project though. Like literally,
true.
And if you're going across states, you're going across time zones. So like, yo, I need to go to bed.
Oh, right.
Really, you're gonna do that? I don't know how it would.
Well, you know what though? If they were to stage it in the day, they could potentially catch everybody during a reasonable hour. Like, if they started 10 a.m. on the West Coast, what is that? Like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. on the East?
I mean, like, really though, that's a hefty project.
You know what we should do though? Like, if we were to resurrect this, because that's only hands across 48 of the 50 states of America. What about Alaska and Hawaii? Fuck you then. Fuck your fucking hand holding for homelessness.
We can do virtual VR.
What about our homelessness? I hate the homelessness problem.
I like that. Yeah, that we could do hands around the island.
Hands across Hawaii. Oh, fuck that shit. And since it's inflation, I think in '86 they wanted you to pay $10. Now they want you to pay $100 so you can hold hands. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
How about I just give you $10 and I stay home?
I'll do that.
Fucking YouTube my shit. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. You'll send someone in place.
I'll just Instagram me a picture of holding some random person's hand and be like, "Fuck homelessness." # Here's $10.
So in this movie, there's another, I guess, I want to say like. The summary says doppelganger. There's another you in the underground. Like in the beginning of the movie, they make mentions of underground places.
Right.
Like railways.
There's this really weird opening text about there are underground systems that haven't even never been explored and no logical purpose. Okay, cut to commercial of Hands Across America. To me, that it's so unrelated seemingly to the rest of the story that this is going to come up again. And I don't know if I like that. I feel like information at the beginning should feel automatically that it's pertaining to the main narrative and not just be the punch in the third act. So that's just my feeling. I don't think it hurt this film because Jordan Peele is dope, but that's just, like, come watch this movie about penguins, right? Okay, let's watch a penguin movie. And in the opening of the movie, there's this text: in Africa, lots of lions are slaughtered every time of year. Only 300 survive every year. Cut to penguins. 2 hours later, the penguins get killed from these random fucking lions. Like, that's what Us is. And they're like, see, remember that shit we told you 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Underground lions. Surprise!
So these underground railways we're talking about the people, right? That's
Right,
I guess
right.
society doesn't.
The doppelganger, yeah. Like for every us up top, there's a them downstairs.
So yeah, I think well, one of the themes of this movie is well, Lupita's like main character, right, would be selfishness, as you pointed out, and if only she thought about the other person she replaced, things would
Right.
have turned out possibly better. I mean, it took how many years, right? Like that was almost 30 years of setting up this revolution at the
Right.
end. Like they just struck hard and like all over the country.
Yep. One fell blitzkrieg.
But what I tried to connect the whole Jeremiah 11:11. I didn't really look up the verse. I don't know if that was exists, but that was the time.
It's got to
right?
be relevant, yeah. Oh, and it's a mirror image, right? And a palindrome.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
1111 is 1111 back and forward, right? And it's also 11 is a mirror image. 1111 is a mirror image.
Sure. Oh, okay. I didn't
But
think
I'm
of it
sure-
as that, yeah, because those numbers, I thought it was just words, but okay, now. Oh, nice.
But it
pointing
must.
that out.
There's a reason why it's Jeremiah 11:11 and not say fucking John 22:22, because that's also a palindrome and a mirror image. So whatever verse 11:11 is of Jeremiah must be relevant to the theme and the story. I didn't bother looking it up either because honestly I don't give a fuck. But
Oh, and Jeremiah spelled backwards is Jeremiah.
is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Just being funny.
Oh, yeah. But I think, I mean, because with this film, I wanted to stay away from the hype or any kind of review.
Right,
just because I didn't want it to ruin my
like
experience.
how it would Get Out, right.
Because, yeah, I mean, from
Me too.
all,
By the time I saw Get Out, it was already a huge thing. And
society had placed the bar, but after my viewing, it wasn't on par with everyone else.
with everybody here.
I mean, the hype killed it. Yeah, the hype killed it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Get Out is fucking awesome. But, Also, I don't think there was as much a hype surrounding this movie itself, other than the fact that it's Jordan Peele's next movie.
Sure.
If there was any hype, it's just because of that, not on the weight of this particular film itself.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, as a movie, like it was entertaining, and I guess I get the message,
Right.
And so like it's one way of presenting it, and he did it very creatively. Lots of, I think when you watch it, it depends on the crowd too, and it makes the experience a lot more fun. Don't watch it in an empty theater. Go to the most ghetto place you can find. Catch the last showing and do it on a Friday night, because those are the best crowds. Those are the best crowds.
They already wasted.
Yeah.
Because it's Friday. You ain't got a job. You ain't got shit else to do. Smoke, man.
Yeah. So I personally enjoyed Us.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I'd like to see it taken a little bit further and see where it goes. Because, we can make up our own storylines in our head and see where it could go. But I'd like to see it continued. Even though
what the ramifications are.
Because, like if what they did at the end lasts as long as how it's supposed to be, what happens after now? Where are these?
I wouldn't mind seeing it as a trilogy because Lupita's character has room for a great arc. It could go from us to them to you, a trilogy about finding our way, I guess, to some kind of shared social responsibility or something like that.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see something like that. And it could be all like black filmmakers, maybe a black female filmmaker. Because, diversity and inclusion
but
is
see,
important.
because then, with this movie, I feel like it's a setup, and they're pointing out this is the problem, right?
Right.
This is
so
what's
now
going on.
expound on it.
Yeah. So, okay, what are your solutions? Well, how would you like to see it resolved? And do it in another cool, creepy way.
That's true. That I would describe this movie exactly as that. Cool and creepy.
Mm.
If you're looking to be terrified, like, okay, this is not your movie. Honestly, if Get Out terrified you, then you probably lily white as shit. It's a thought piece and some cool about time shit more than it is an actual fucking horror movie. And this is that too. It's fucking cool. It's fucking awesome. There's some, social relevance and, things that you might want to think about if you give a fuck. If not, you can also enjoy it at face value.
And a shout out to the cast. So we got Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke. We have Elisabeth Moss.
From Elisabeth Moss. Hell yeah. Fans of The West Wing and The Handmaid's Tale.
And I believe
and Mad Men.
Yeah, Mad Men. Tim Heidecker. We have Shahadi Wright Joseph and Evan Alex.
No idea.
Those were the kids.
Oh, okay, I figured. I like what is his name? Winston something?
Yeah. Duke.
What is his last name? He's not. No, never mind. Bill Duke. You think he's related to Bill Duke? Don't have me some fun. Don't have me some fun.
You think so?
I don't know. But I like Winston Duke. I think this is actually the only second or third thing I've seen him in, but I feel like he was way more prominent in this than the other two. I saw him in Black Panther and Avengers, The Last Avengers. But I think he's a good actor because this character is so polar from the fucking warring tribesmen he plays in Black Panther.
Sure. But
this character alone kind of, he has pretty good depth because, he's kind of cool. He's kind of lame because he's dad age. He's kind of pussy, but when put to the test, like, he comes correct to protect his family. Like, I feel like, he gave a really relatable performance, I feel, for something that could have easily been kind of stock.
Sure. Okay, well, Us.
And Lupita is just great. I gotta say that.
Her
that
doppelganger.
Voice, the doppelganger voice she did is so fucking creepy and cool. It reminds me a little bit of I forget what Japanese anime meets the way how the aliens talked in Galaxy Quest. Kind of talking like this. The way how their intonation moves all over the place.
You
just
are alive.
Yeah.
A classic.
Yeah. Fuck, and that's how she does it in the most creepiest way. Like, just the voice is scary. Like, you hear that shit in a dark house and you can't place where the face is.
And the whole time she was crying when she made her like opening monologue when she
right.
And like
she said, "Once upon a time," crying,
like,
creepy
she was
voice,
crying the whole time. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, and then upon my second viewing of it, it's like, oh, snap! I kind of get it. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really traumatizing for her character.
Right, because she done got snatched up on her birthday, trapped in underground 30 years. I mean, okay, there's a lot of plot holes in that too, but don't think about the plot holes. Think about what they're trying to say.
Yeah. And like, it might have been hard for her to escape too, right?
Yeah, we got to put all these kind of things in place because it doesn't explain it. And you know what? I'm glad it didn't because, like, okay, well, now that's explained. That was an extra 30 minutes we didn't need.
Well, there was only one escalator, and it was going down only.
And it's also pretty nicely preserved. That shit looks like the bottom level of an unused mall.
Yeah, like it wasn't like dirty.
Right. Skid Row ass shit. Like, yeah, I mean, somebody maintained it the past 30 years, but whatever.
It's the workers, right? The workers all maintained it to make it livable.
I guess there's other. Anyway, yeah, like I said, don't read in too much because maybe we'll get more answers if they do continue this. I personally, studio that financed this, I would watch another one. Yeah. And if that doesn't suck, I would watch its climax in a third part of the trilogy.
Ooh.
So it's going to be
us, them, and everyone. Those are the next titles. The next title,
I go with
sequel's
that.
gonna
I
be
go with
them,
that.
and then third one's gonna be everyone.
Yeah.
or Hands Across America. That's the third one. That's Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Yo watch, CC.
Yo watch. Oh, go watch though, right?
It's a go watch.
Go watch.
Go watch. Go watch this movie.
Fuck
You heard it here. Us. All right. Well, that is it for this episode. Thank you for checking it out. Be sure to check out this episode's show notes for links to all our social media sites. But other than that, be sure to visit our website, nekkomedia.com. That's Nekko media.com.
.com.
And we also be on Twitter and Instagram. Very active on both of those. And you can check those out at cynical_mass. That's CINECAL_MASS. And feel free to get in touch through email, cinephiles@gmail.com. Any movie recommendations, we'd love to check it out. Any screeners, we'd love to review. Any potential guests? Yeah, we love having guests on the show too.
Yeah, if you're a filmmaker, fucking hit us a line and we'll get you on the show. Ask you your top 6 movies and what it's like to be an artist like you.
Oh, yes. And any fellow cinephiles and Cenobites. You are welcome.
Yes.
Any place that they can hit you up, Mox?
At villainous_kind. Instagram and fucking Twitter. But don't bother. I rarely check it except when I'm drunk. So
okay.
I'd either send it to Ono or the show.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at thisisono. That's this is OHNO. Same goes for Instagram.
Oh
no. Yup. All right. Well, thank you again. Take it away, Annika.
This has been a Nekko Media podcast broadcasting from the Blood Cave, part of the /tag Potter family. For myself, Annika Pussyfoot, Mox, and Ono, keep the lights on and check under that bed because there's only one universal truth. No lives matter. That means you. Stay rating, Wokeland.
We have candy.
This is us, Ono and Mox's podcast. Sounds like crap leaving ass or duck fucking glass. Probably both, it's really bad. And we do the shit all for you. And we sound like shit while we do. Tigers podcast. We broadcasting shit podcast. Tigers podcast. In your face, in your dreams. Shit podcast. Tigers.